My name is Barry Schreier, and I'm the founder of Giant Health. Today's video is just a selection of advice and tidbits of guidelines and ideas on what you can do to maximize your involvement in Giant Health. We've been going for 10 years, running the UK's leading healthcare and technology innovation event. And we've worked with hundreds and hundreds of sponsors and exhibitors and speakers. And every year we get thousands and thousands of people coming to our annual event. And a lot of them ask us, well, what can they do to get the most out of their participation in the event? So we've been talking to exhibitors that have worked with us over the years, and marketing professionals and advisors regarding branding and sales promotion and business development. And we put together a list of things that we invite you to have a look at and work with us on so that you make the most out of your investment in participating in the Giant Health event. So if you're coming to the Giant Health event this year, whether you're an exhibitor or a sponsor or a speaker on stage at our event, or if you're just a delegate and you've bought a ticket and you're coming to attend the event as a visitor, there's a lot of things you can do before the event and during the event and afterwards to get the most out of it. So here's an introductory list of things that we invite you to consider. And if you implement a few of these things, then for sure you're going to get the most out of the event, and it'll be worthwhile for you, and you'll get the most long-term benefits and value out of the investment that you're making in exhibiting at the event, sponsoring, or just visiting. Okay, so I have a few slides I'm going to go through together today. So what we'll do is we'll look at these slides to begin with, and it breaks down into three main categories. So the first category is what to do before the event, in the run-up to the event. That's the main category, preparing for your involvement in the event ahead of time. The second category is what to do at the event itself. And the third category is what to do after the event. So in this first theme, what to do to prepare for your involvement in the event, what to do ahead of time. So one of the first things is social media. Whether you're active in social media and it's a really big part of your daily business life, or whether you're not so active in it, there's still a lot of things that you can do. So the first thing you want to do is make a calendar. And you want to say, okay, I'm participating in the Giant Health event. This year, it's the 4th and 5th of December. I've got 12 weeks to go until the event. So you want to map out a calendar of every week from now until the event. And in that calendar, you want to start listing things that you can talk about in social media. So you want to start saying things like, hello, everybody, I'm attending the Giant Health event. I'd like to meet you there. And just put in some hashtags, put in a link to the Giant Health event, and put in a call to action. Like you might be, for example, a technology entrepreneur and you want to meet investors. So in your Twitter activity, in your LinkedIn activity, you want to say something like, hi, everybody, I'm going to the Giant Health event in 12 weeks time, looking to meet investors. So hashtag entrepreneur, hashtag healthcare, hashtag innovation, hashtag investment, hashtag fundraising, and maybe name a few of the investors that you'd like to meet in your Twitter activity or in your LinkedIn activity. Tag these people so it gets to their attention. So as an overall example of one of the big things you want to be doing in the preparation for your involvement in coming to the Giant Health event and getting the most out of it, you want to be really active on social media. Again, whether you're already active or not, doesn't matter, but you want to make sure that your Twitter account is up to date, your biography on your Twitter account is up to date, your LinkedIn profile is up to date, your biography is up to date, and you want to be messaging frequently on those platforms, announcing that you're attending the event, talking about why you're going to the event. If you're interested in AI, talk about that. If you're interested in virtual reality, if you work as a surgeon and the theme of the virtual hospital is an important theme you're going to the event to learn about, whatever it is, talk about those subjects. Make reference to why you're going. Make reference to any articles, any news, any other companies that have made announcements. If you're interested in AI, and Microsoft is talking a lot about applications of AI in hospitals with Microsoft products, make reference to that announcement from Microsoft. So you're trying to build up your involvement in social media, your participation in the social media community. So this is one of the things you want to do. And like I said, you want to make a calendar so you have a schedule. Let's say, for example, the event is 12 weeks away. From now until then, every week, you want to talk about, let's say, sending out 3 or 4 announcements on Twitter, 3 or 4 announcements on LinkedIn, maybe a little bit on Facebook, but we don't consider that to be such a strong business healthcare platform. Likewise with Instagram and that type of thing. Okay, so make sure that you always are active on social media. You're talking about Giant. You're putting in links to the Giant Health event and the Giant hashtag in social media. You're asking questions in social media like, hello, everybody. I work in hospital operating theaters. Who else works in hospital operating theaters? Are you going to Giant? I'd love to talk to you. So like I said, it's about engagement, questions, comments, announcements, facts, figures, ideas. Just put information out there. And as long as you're honest and genuine and you're talking about what's important to you or what you want to learn about, then that will be helpful. Also, we invite you to talk to our social media manager here at Giant Health. Her name is Denica, and her email address is Denica, Denica, at giant.health. So email Denica and ask her to work with you in preparing and promoting social media activity relating to you coming to Giant. Of course, if you're an exhibitor exhibiting at Giant, then talk about that and talk about what you will be doing at the event. What product or service are you promoting as an exhibitor at Giant? And show pictures of that, links of that. Do you have pictures of yourself exhibiting at other events? Champion those as well. And who do you want to meet? Do you want to meet doctors, investors, people who work in hospitals who might be interested in buying the equipment you have to sell? So you want to make reference to all those things as well. So these are examples. Also, if you have ideas that I haven't listed here, you should tell us about those. So contact us on Twitter, LinkedIn, email me directly. My email address is the letter B for Bravo at giant.health. And we'd love to hear from you about what you're doing in social media and how you plan to maximize your participation at Giant by way of social media activity. So like I said, don't hesitate. Just message us directly and we'd love to engage with you and do things to support you. If you're active on social media, we want to be championing that, amplifying all the work that you're doing on social media. Okay, so that's creating a calendar and implementing a lot of social media communication activity in the run up to the event. Really important. It should only take a few minutes every single day. So it's very easy to do and could have a lot of good effect. Good. So the second thing to do is to prepare email campaigns. Again, whether you're a speaker at Giant or whether you're an exhibitor or sponsor, or even if you're just going to the event as a visitor, you should send out emails right to all the people in your community. Of course, if you're a business and you're exhibiting at Giant, of course, you should be emailing all of your customers saying, thank you for your custom. We love working with you. Come to meet us at the Giant Health event and let's talk about plans for 2024. Or of course, if you're a business and you're exhibiting at Giant and the purpose of you exhibiting is to find new sales leads, then obviously you should be emailing all of your sales leads saying, we're coming to Giant. We can give you a ticket for free to come to the event and to meet us, come to our stand, have a coffee. Let's learn more about your company and how with our products or our services, we can help and support you. So the whole idea of email campaigns is to announce that you're attending the Giant Health event, to inform people about why you're attending. If you're exhibiting, what will you be exhibiting? If you're speaking at Giant, you should announce that. You want lots of people to come to Giant, of course, and to sit in the audience and see you on stage, presenting your excellent, important, valuable, impressive presentation. So email people and tell them, invite them to come to the event and to sit in the audience and to view you and witness your presentation on stage. If you're speaking at Giant, you may even wish to, for example, let's say you're going to be giving a presentation, a 20-minute keynote presentation at Giant. Let's say, for example, your presentation is 30 PowerPoint slides. Why not take that 30 PowerPoint slides, condense it into 3 or 4 slides, and email that to everybody as a teaser, as a selection, a little hors d'oeuvres before the main course. So you're emailing people saying, I'm speaking at Giant. I'll be talking about, and then, mention the subject you'll be talking about. Why is it important? What will you be talking about? And email people a little 3 or 4 slides summary of your presentation to give people a flavor for what you're talking about, to entice them to collect a ticket and come to the event, or to engage with you before the event. Okay, so that's email campaigns. And when I say campaigns, I mean that deliberately, the word campaigns with an S at the end. Don't ever say to yourself, I've just sent one email out to 100 people in my database. Job done. So it's not job done. Email communication has to be done in successful campaigns. 3 or 4 or 5 emails sent out to the same people over the course of 5 weeks. So send out one email announcing that you're coming to the event to speak, or because you're an exhibitor, or because you're a sponsor. Then a week later, send out another email to the same group of people with some news, some update. In that second email, you might say, hello, everybody. I wrote to you last week announcing that I'm speaking on stage at Giant. Now I want to remind you about what I'm talking about at Giant. Or, for example, let's say you're exhibiting at Giant and you're showcasing some new technology, and you're interested in hospitals in the UK learning about your technology and maybe considering buying your technology from you. In the first email, you may wish to announce that you're exhibiting. In the second email, you may wish to say, hello, just writing to follow up the first email I sent you last week. I hope you got that first email. This week, I'm writing to announce that we will be launching a new product at our exhibition stand at the Giant Health event this year. So click on this link. You can pick up a free ticket, come to Giant, come meet us at our exhibition stand. We'd love to talk to you, showcase some of our new products or services, and talk to you about how we might be able to do business with you and help you reach your goals over the next year. So that's an example. So as a reminder, emails are campaigns. Don't say, okay, I've sent one email out, job done. You want to send out an email and then another email and another email. With each email, a new subject line, new comments, new content, some pictures, a little white paper, a little summary document about your products or services, and keep it fresh. And of course, ask questions. Obviously, if you're exhibiting at Giant or if you're sponsoring Giant, your job is to learn about the needs of your customers and the needs of your sales leads. So of course, you want to be asking them questions and asking them what their goals are, and what are their thoughts about how, if they do business with you, that can help them reach their goals this year, and that type of thing. So I know all of this is very basic. I know all of this is sales 101, as they say, but it's the detail and it's implementing these things which will improve the likelihood of your success and the opportunity for you to get the most value out of your participation at Giant. Okay, another category of what to do in the theme, we're still on the theme of what to do before you go to the event, how to prepare for your involvement in the Giant Health event ahead of time. So another thing, of course, is make sure that you are championing on your website or any other websites that relate to you and your business or your career, partners of yours. Make sure that you're talking about your involvement in Giant. If you're a sponsor of Giant, of course, your sponsorship of Giant should be all over your website with pages of information about what you're doing at Giant, why people should come to Giant, what they can learn if they come and talk to you at Giant, what are the benefits of doing business with you, and how does that relate to your involvement at the Giant Health event. Once again, of course, if you're an exhibitor at our event, at the Giant Health event this year, you should have a dedicated page on your website called Events. And that page should say, we're exhibiting at the Giant Health event. Here's who will be from our company at the event. Come meet my colleagues, and name your colleagues and have their email address or their WhatsApp number on your website saying, come and meet us at the Giant Health event. Send me an email for a free ticket or this type of thing. So make sure that on your company website or on the website of partners of ours, you are championing the fact that you're coming to the event. And then, of course, connect your activity on your website regarding your participation at Giant, connect that to your emails, connect that to your social media activity, make sure that this is all joined up marketing, as they say. And once again, none of this is complicated. This should take what, 5 minutes a day to knock up a page on your website. Ask us to help. Ask us to provide you with content, photos, charts, images, quotes from other customers, references, testimonials. We can give you content which you put into your website to maximize the promotional elements of your involvement in Giant. Okay, so telephone activity is another very important thing. And in this modern world of, digital and staring at your smartphone all day long and hiding behind your laptop all day long, it's very easy to forget what is perhaps the number one most effective form of communication that there is outside of face-to-face meetings, and that's telephone. So telephone is a million times more impactful than social media or emails or putting stuff on your website. So pick up the phone, telephone your friends, business associates, sales leads, current customers, suppliers, business partners, former girlfriends, whatever. Phone them all and say, look, I'm going to Giant. You should come. I can get you a free ticket, free breakfast, free coffee, free tea, interesting presentations from world-class speakers, amazing startups in a competition, leaders from the British government speaking on stage at Giant. You should come. So, like I said, pick up the phone and call them. Of course, it takes time. You cannot telephone 100 people in one day, like you can email 100 people in 5 minutes. But that kind of explains it, doesn't it? Phoning is more impactful, therefore it takes more energy, and you can't do the big numbers. Emailing is less impactful, therefore it takes less energy and it allows you to hit bigger numbers. But telephoning is actually very, very important. Okay, so those are examples of some of the things that you want to do in preparation for your attending the event. Also, if you're exhibiting at the event in particular, obviously take your exhibition design really seriously. Invest everything you can in having an impressive exhibition stand. You want your exhibition stand to be eye-catching and that it reflects your brand and that it draws people in. If you have any signs, any roller banners, or if you're designing any big signs to go on your exhibition stand, then make sure that they're simple with very small numbers of words. Nobody will walk by your stand and read a 25-word paragraph in fine print on your stand. So make sure you're just communicating very clearly, very simply, the shortest, strongest messages possible. So make sure that it says something like, we save lives by improving emergency room check-in and triage, or something like that. Our AI software improves medical training. Something really simple or basic like that. We're a global telecoms company. We connect hospitals to patients and surgeons. So something very basic which catches people and will lure them to your stand. So that's really important. Of course, if you have anything interactive, please make sure you deploy that. Digital screens with videos so people will stop and look at the video and then be lured in to talk to you. Or sometimes people have competitions on their stand. Give me your business card. I'll drop your business card into a big hat. I'll pull one business card a day out of the hat of all the business cards, and the winner gets a 20-pound Amazon voucher. So at least you're encouraging people to collect to give you their data. So the point is prepare for that, okay? And make sure that you have 3 or 4 colleagues coming to the event. So prepare ahead of time and rehearse with your colleagues. Don't say, oh, I need 4 people from the office to come to the event. You, and you come to the event. It's 3 weeks from now. See you at 8 a.m. You want to talk about your involvement in the event ahead of time and prepare ahead of time. So all of that preparation is really, really important. Also offer so-called incentives or sneak peeks, going back to what I was talking about before. So ahead of the time in your email activity, LinkedIn, in your telephone activity, offer some kind of incentive, or say to people, we're making a new announcement. We're announcing it at Giant. Come to the event so you can be the first to hear the announcement. Okay, so those are some examples of the kinds of things that you can do in preparation for the event. Now, we'll talk a little bit about what to do at the event itself. Okay, so now we're going to talk about what to do at the event itself. So first of all, if you're an exhibitor at the event, make sure you bring at least 3 or 4 colleagues to come to the event and divide up the responsibilities. Maybe, for example, have one person manning your exhibition stand at all times, but then the other 2 or 3 or 4 people should be walking around. You want to be hustling. You want to be getting out there, talking to other exhibitors, talking to speakers, talking to visitors, hanging out where the coffee and tea are being provided, and just introducing yourself, handing out your business cards, handing out one-page flyers about your business. So you got to get out there. It's a mistake to think that if you're exhibiting at Giant, all you have to do is sit at your exhibition stand and huge new sales leads with suitcases full of cash will come to your stand and buy your services. I wish it was that easy. I wish it was that simple, but that's not the way the world works. So you got to hustle. What's that famous phrase? The meek will inherit the earth, but only after all of those who hustle capture all the mineral rights. So like I said, you got to get out there and hustle. Don't just sit at your stand. Go to all the conferences taking place at the Giant event this year. Sit in the front row. When it's time after a speaker has finished speaking and there's times for questions and answers, stand up, introduce yourself, say to the audience, hi, I'm, I'm Barry from Giant Health. Come to my stand downstairs, stand 5B, and then ask the speaker a question. So you're getting prominence in front of the audience. So people do that all the time, and it's valuable. People, use the opportunity as a attendee sitting in the audience watching a speaker on stage to promote themselves and their products and services. That's natural. That's normal. That's what a business event is all about. So bear that in mind. And like I said, make sure you bring lots of business cards. There should always be a pile of business cards at your exhibition stand. You should take a couple hundred business cards and just literally walk around the event handing out your business cards. And just say to people, hello, my name is, my company is. We are looking to meet, and let's explain, we're looking to meet surgeons or investors or hospital leaders or British government Department of Health analysts or nurses or whatever. If you're looking to recruit people, walk around the event and say, hi, I've got a vacancy. I'm looking to recruit a junior marketing advisor. Do you know anybody who's looking for work in marketing? So whatever your goals are, you need to get out and talk to them and share and evangelize and champion what you're doing. So make sure you do that when you're at the event. And of course, I've been giving examples of all of this as an exhibitor, but if you're a speaker, before you're due to speak on stage, you should be wandering around the event, meeting people and saying, oh, by the way, I'm speaking this afternoon in stage number 2 at 2 p.m. Come see me. So you'll get more people coming to attend your particular conference session, which of course is, what it's all about. If you are speaking at the event, obviously make sure that you have done a lot of marketing ahead of time and make sure that your presentation leads to people wanting to ask questions. So make sure that the nature of your presentation is such that it piques people's curiosity and will want to ask you questions afterwards. And that's an important way of encouraging people to engage more successfully with you. Again, whether you're just a visitor coming to the event, or a speaker, or an exhibitor, or a sponsor, why not print out 300 postcards about you and your business, or what you do, or what your goals are? Print out 300 postcards. It won't be very expensive. Come to the event with these postcards and just hand them out to everybody. And that will help people to learn about you, your business, what your commercial goals are, what product or service you're selling, or what you're looking to accomplish, like finding an investor or that type of thing. Okay, networking opportunities are really important. So make sure that, during the coffee breaks, during the lunch break, before the conference starts at 10 a.m., you're out there networking, you're expanding your professional network, you're handing out business cards to sales leads and to anybody else that you think might bring some kind of value in your community. And I know this is hard and tiring, and sometimes people are shy, but it's not hard just to go and to introduce yourself. And people are expecting it because this is a business event. So that's quite natural. Okay, so those are a list of a few of the things you can do at the event itself. Another thing you might want to do is engage in something interactive, organize something fun. I've seen people whose exhibition stands at Giant include miniature golf. They have those little golf clubs and a little golf ball and a little artificial turf and a little golfing hole in the corner of their exhibition stand. So people come up and play a little bit of miniature golf. And that might sound silly and gimmicky, but it's all in the spirit of fun and meeting people and introducing yourself and kicking off relationships. And that's what this is all about. So think of what interactive activities can you do? What about having a contest at your exhibition stand? What about having a competition? What about having a big glass jar full of little Cadbury's chocolates and a little game? Guess the number of chocolates in this glass jar. And people will come by, and the winner who gets the closest to the answer will win the glass jar of chocolates. And that'll cost you what? £9 worth of chocolates. And as a result, you might collect 100 names, email addresses, phone numbers, business cards. So make it fun. Do something to make it memorable. We've had people come to the event and on their exhibition stand, they brought a guitar player. So, you could go to a music university in London. You could pay a music student £50, who would be quite a talented acoustic guitar player. And you could say, come to my event, I'll give you free lunch, I'll pay for your underground, I'll give you £50, come to my stand at the Giant Health event during the lunch break and play 1 hour of enjoyable, light acoustic guitar music. And so that would bring a lot of people to your stand. It'd be memorable, it'd be enjoyable. It doesn't, of course, have to do directly with healthcare, technology, and innovation, which is what you're about, which is what we're about, but it makes it memorable. It lightens things up. So try things like that. And again, if you're short of ideas, if you just can't think of anything to do, just message us. Email me personally. My email address is the letter B for Bravo @giant.health. And I'd be delighted to share ideas with you. The marketing team at Giant Health can share ideas with you. And we'd be really happy to work with you to maximize the success of your involvement at Giant. Okay, so if there's anything related to health and technology that aligns with our themes, then you want to do things that connect more successfully. So of course, this year, the Giant Health event has a show about mental health and tech innovation. We have a separate show in a separate auditorium, a whole one-day conference about women's health and technology. We have an entire separate conference about net zero and sustainability. And then that's on day one. On day two, we have a whole one-day conference about future hospital. We have an entire one-day healthcare tech startups pitching on stage. And we have the NHS National ICB Congress. So if you're doing anything that relates to those specific themes, then connect those. If you work in mental health, make sure you attend the mental health show at Giant and hand out literature at the front door of that particular auditorium to everybody who's coming into that show, who are obviously interested in mental health and tech and that type of thing. Okay, another thing to do when you're an exhibitor is to promote giveaways, offer branded promotional items that are useful and relevant for your target audience. Maybe, of course, it's popular to hand out pads, paper pads for writing with your name and your company and your strapline, and of course, your contact details printed on the pad. Printing Post-it notes is very popular, so you might want to hand those out. Printing pencils or pens. Sometimes people do silly little things like those little rubber squeezy balls, which are meant to be, you sit at the office and you squeeze them to relieve stress or to strengthen your forearms and get your circulation going. So sometimes people just, print those little rubber squeezy balls or things like that. If you want to be more elaborate, print, have your name and your company logo and phone number printed on USB sticks. And on the USB stick, have your company presentation or sales literature or a video about what you guys do. Or if you're a speaker, a video of you on stage at a previous show. So using giveaways to encourage people to come to your event will help to make a lasting impression and help you engage more with people. So bear things in mind about things like that. Okay, so far I've been discussing what are the types of things you can do to maximize the value of your investment in coming to the Giant Health event regarding preparations ahead of the event and preparations for and activities for you to do directly at the event itself. So we've talked about those things. Now, the third section of this presentation is me explaining what are examples of things you should do in the follow-up. What are things you want to do after the event? And this is very, very important. So you want to map out, you want to have a calendar, you want to have a plan, you want to do a minimum of 3 months of activities after you come to the event. So of course, if you're an exhibitor, make sure that you immediately after the event collect all the business cards, or if you're using the data capture tools that Giant gives you, the digital tools to capture the contact details of all the people that visited your exhibition stand. Make sure you capture all that. Make sure you put that in a single master database like an Excel spreadsheet. Make sure you save that Excel spreadsheet and back it up so you don't lose it. Make sure that numerous people in your company have access to that data. Make sure that list of people you met goes into your master CRM platform. If within your business you're using something like HubSpot or Salesforce or Zoho or some other CRM platform, make sure that all the names and addresses and contact details and LinkedIn and phone numbers and email addresses of all the people you met, make sure all that goes into your system. That's the first thing. Capture that data and back it up so you don't lose it. Then, of course, you want to have a follow-up strategy. So you want to make a plan. It's going to be campaigns of communicating to the people that you met, or also communicating to people you didn't meet, but who you know came to the Giant Health event. So there might be some speakers on stage, like a British government cabinet minister, or the chief executive of an NHS hospital, or the chairman of one of the ICBs in the UK. You'll want to make plans, and it has to be structured. So you need a complete strategic plan and a map and a calendar. So immediately after the event, you want to email everybody. that you met, and you want to say, nice to meet you. Let's have a further conversation. Can I call you? Let's organize a phone call. And of course, when you're emailing people, make sure you use one of those platforms like Calendly. So it's easy for people to click on a button and book an appointment to meet you or phone you or have a video call with you. So that's really, really important. And just like the communication campaigns I was talking about that you should be doing before the event, you also want to be doing campaigns after the event. So let's say, for example, you met 100 people at Giant and you've got your Excel spreadsheet of those 100 people and you put those 100 contacts into your company's CRM platform. You want to send them an email right after the event. Nice to meet you. Let's talk. And you want to send them more emails after that. You cannot ever say to yourself, okay, I've sent one email to 100 people. Now the job is done. I'm finished. These are campaigns. So one email this week, another email next week with some fresh news, another email 2 weeks after that with more news, more tidbits, more ideas of how you can help your sales leads and that type of thing. So you want to make sure that you have scheduled campaigns. You also want to make sure that you're trying to turn these sales leads into customers. Are you tracking these sales leads? Where along the sales cycle are each of these sales leads? Maybe you met somebody at the event, but they're not the budget holding decision maker who could buy from you. So maybe you met somebody, but you need that person who you met at Giant to introduce you to another person in their company who would be the budget holding decision maker who might buy your products or your services. So, of course, you have to map all that out. I met Mrs. Smith from Microsoft at this event, but it's her colleague, Mr. Jones, who might be able to buy my whatever recruitment services. So I need Mrs. Smith, who I met, to introduce me to Mr. Jones. And then, so Mr. Jones, I haven't met him yet, but I have to track my progress in trying to meet him. Like A, I learned he's the guy to talk to. B, last week I wrote to Mrs. Smith and said, introduce me to your colleague, Mr. Jones. C, this week, Mrs. Smith has introduced me to Mr. Jones. D, I now have to write to Mr. Jones to introduce myself and request a phone call. So make sure you're mapping all that out. The more detail, the better. And so you want to make sure that your after event follow-up plan is detailed and lots of notes. And 2 months after the event, you're still rolling out your post-event communication and follow-up plan. So make sure you have all that in writing. Send personalized emails. Also send letters in the post. And if you met 100 people at the Giant Health event, you should follow all of those 100 people on Twitter. Or I guess Elon Musk has just changed the name of Twitter to X. So you'll have to follow them on X if that new corporate communication strategy from Twitter is going to stay. You also want to send letters in the post. Those are more impactful than emails. Remember, sending an email out is not necessarily that impactful. The person you are sending the email to might never see your email, or they might quickly read it, not respond, and then all of a sudden that email is email number 91 in their inbox, and they'll never see it again. So you want to send out multiple emails, letters in the post, chase people on LinkedIn, Twitter, nag them, phone their secretaries, phone their colleagues, send them boxes of chocolate at Christmas and beg them to talk to you. Do all the good stuff to build relationships with the people that you met at Giant. You might meet sales leads. You might meet current customers. You might meet people who 5 years from now you'll want to employ, or 5 years from now they might want to give you a job. So it's about building up your professional network and keeping in touch with people. So you want to take all the active steps that you can to develop the contacts and the relationships that you met. Don't forget after the event to post pictures that you took at the event of you at the event, of you meeting VIP, British government cabinet ministers, or chief executives of NHS hospitals, or high profile cancer surgeons, or whatever. Take lots of pictures at the event, take lots of selfies, take lots of pictures of you with groups, and then use that content after the event to champion the fact that I was at the event, I met interesting people. I'm keen to leverage and capitalize on and amplify my involvement at the event. I'm keen to support the other people that came to the event and help them. So there's no harm, is there? After the event, send out some messages on social media, not about you, not about your job, not about what you're looking for, but helping other people in order to create good karma and to pay it forward, as they say. So, say you met somebody at the event who's a young junior doctor who's looking for a part time job as a medical advisor. Well, champion them in your social media, message them to your friends, write about them in your newsletter or something like that. Say you're an exhibitor at the event and you work in AI software, and you met another exhibitor at the event that is not a competitor of yours, doesn't really overlap with your world, but they're doing cool stuff. Let's say they're a graphic design company and they help hospitals design literature. Well, champion them, take photos of them, highlight what they do in social media, talk about them in your email newsletters, talk about them in meetings with your friends, sales leads, business associates. It's all about building this network, and the more everyone helps each other, the more others will help you as well. So, like I said, it's all about building up this network, increasing your visibility, increasing people's awareness of you and what you do and what you're looking for and what your successes are. Okay, so like I said, make sure you take lots of pictures and videos at Giant. You can interview people. If you go to one of the conferences and one of the speakers impresses you after they step down from the stage, grab them and take them to the corner and do a little 1 minute video interview with them and ask them, can I post this video of you on social media? And of course, the odds are extremely high they'll say yes. They'll be gratified, they'll be flattered, they'll be pleased. You'll be helping them. So why not video you interviewing one of the speakers? Grab somebody next to you and say, here's my phone. Can you video me and this speaker? We're going to do a little 1 minute question and answer. And grab somebody, ask them to use your phone to video you interviewing a speaker. Then you have some really cool video content to champion what you do, who you met, why you went to Giant, what you learned, and therefore you become an interesting source of educational, informative content, and people will welcome that. Okay, so we've talked about all that. Make sure in all your social media you're using appropriate hashtags. The hashtag for Giant this year is Giant 2023. So make sure you use that in all of your social media activities, in your newsletters, in your emails, on your website. And lastly, we find that the people who get the most value from their participation in the Giant Health event are the ones who go at it with the best attitude. The ones who say, look, I'm going to have fun. I'm going to meet people. I'm going to grow my business. I'm going to find some new customers. I'm going to learn. I'm going to engage with some of the most interesting, intelligent, accomplished people in the world of healthcare at Giant. So anything you can do to boost your spirit in your preparation for attending Giant, in your involvement at Giant, will make a big difference. That level of ambition and enthusiasm and roll your sleeves up. I can do this will make a big difference. So let us help you with those things as well. Okay, good. Hey, well, look at, I hope these have been helpful ideas. Our job is to help you. We exist to serve you, the healthcare tech innovation community. So if you have any ideas you want to share, let us know. If you have any questions for us, let us know. If there's anything we can do to help you in your career as a healthcare technology provider, as a doctor, as an investor, as a medical student, if you run a hospital, whatever you do in healthcare, if it's in the UK, we exist to help and support you. So let us know. Once again, my name is Barry Schreier. I'm the founder of Giant Health. My email address is the letter B for Bravo, B at giant.health. I hope this has been helpful, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.